Action speaks better than words. With this quote, we welcome our next radiant and respected speaker, Dr. S. Kirubakaran, sir, expertise in innovation and groundbreaking gaming tools. We welcome our energetic and magnanimous Dr. Anjana ma'am, HOD and Professor, Department of Anatomy, to introduce the speaker.
So, very good morning to one and all gathered here. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our next resource person for the workshop Play to Learn, Gamification and Interactive Teaching Tools in Medical Education. Dr. Kirubakaran sir is not only an accomplished medical educator, but is also a good friend and colleague. So this introduction is especially meaningful. He's a senior assistant professor in the Department of Community Medicine at Govt Omandurar Medical College and is also an active member of the Medical Education Unit. He's a FAIMER fellow from GSMC Mumbai, and he's also pursuing his MHPE and has completed ACME from SRMC Chennai. He's held several key leadership positions in medical education and public health, and he's currently serving as the General Secretary of Interdisciplinary Association of Medical Educationists, Joint Secretary of TATCOM, Executive Committee member of the Indian Public Health Association Tamil Nadu chapter. He's also a member of IAPSM, Asia Pacific Public Health Network. He's an active member of Mixed Methods International Research Association. And he has additional editorial responsibilities as executive editor of the International Journal of Preventive and Evidence-Based Medicine and assistant guest editor of the Malaysian Journal of Health Sciences. He's also the editor and author of the Super Mentor Compendium, and his interests include qualitative and mixed methods research, mentorship, AI in medical education, and gamification. And it strongly aligns with today's workshop theme. And those who have worked with sir would definitely know his sessions are not just informative, but also engaging and practical and also enjoyable. So on behalf of the entire organizing committee of DEEPAM MedCon, it's truly an honor to warmly welcome Dr. S. Kirubakaran and invite him to lead us through this interactive workshop. Welcome, sir.
Okay. Fine. So, very good morning to all of you. Just like our Kamal Hassan in Guna movie, he says, I have a lot of love to express to Abhirami, but in single letter, how come I can express my in-depth, huge love like that? Gamification or interactive teaching tools takes at least one complete day or 2 days. It's 2 hours, but I will try to explain the best what is possible in this 2 hours. So let's begin with playing a game. So you all have to cooperate and support me in answering. Okay. So this game is about Mission COVID Warrior. So I'll take a moment. Sound. So the world trembled under the shadow of relentless pandemic, a battle no one was prepared. But in this game, you can become a savior, the COVID warrior, who turns the tide and restores the hope. Okay. So COVID-19 can present in multiple ways. Most patients develop cough, fever, and cough, while some notice sudden loss of, it's very straightforward, taste, and severe cases may experience difficulty in breathing. Let's see how it works. Okay, so this explains about the incubation period and how this transmits. So he is a COVID warrior, started thinking. So he is going to save the world. Okay. So with courage in his armor, the warrior knew the first step was vigilance. So he wants to do some review of literature, basic understanding about COVID. So it's quite new in the pandemic time. So he wants to have a basic understanding and readings. So he is trying to log in. So the password is stay away. What can be the password which is related to the COVID? The hint is stay away. Social. So okay, Dr. Nirai Madi is okay. Let me try social distance. You are right. So this chocolate is for you. So you have to give it in your session to someone else if the deal is okay for you. Okay, the pulling nose. So scratch their heads on wondering if the isolation was a new TikTok challenge and the quarantine a smart retreat, ignoring lockdown rules like they were optional side quests in the game they didn't read the instructions for. Okay, let's see. So what is lockdown? I need your support in responding this. So restricting movement of the public to prevent the spread. Let us see. Does it works? What is isolation? Maybe not the exact definition is given there, just for the introduction sake. Staying away when you're sick. Fine. So what is quarantine? Staying at home after possible exposure or exercising in gym. I feel it's exercising in gym. Let me see what happens. It's not working out. So let me try traveling free with my friends. Again, it's not working out. So let me try the only option left out. And fortunately, it's right. So this is a conversation. So the COVID warrior thought only his efforts alone won't be sufficient to save the world. So he wants some superheroes' help. So who can be the superheroes? So there is a conversation going on. Any public who wears the mask, who obeys the rules and regulations of the government, or following the public health advisors, or superheroes. So which is the mask N95 here in this picture? We'll try this. So which of the following shows the proper hand washing technique? Okay, that brings to the end of this session. So now I'm going to share a link in our resource faculties, group, as well as in the participants WhatsApp group. So you all try this game and give your feedback. So try to log in using your Gmail ID. This is a game which is constructed using Educa Play app. So it's in a frog jump game. We will also pray from my system. Hey, someone help me. Which vitamin is a cofactor for the enzyme trans ketolase? Biochemistry. So I have crossed 20 seconds or 10 seconds, which is the time I've given for answering. So wrong answer. So my game over. So you all can try this whenever you have time. Now, moving to the presentation proper. I just want to ask you one question. What is gamification? I just want to ask you, begin with this question. What comes to your mind if I say the word gamification? Can someone help me giving the mic? Excuse me. Okay.
Using gaming elements in the class like leaderboard, scoring,
Okay.
badges.
Good. Okay. So any other response? Anybody else would like to add anything?
It's a game-based learning, sir.
Okay.
Using in games as an interactive tool.
Games as an interactive tool. All right.
So game plus education,
Game plus education.
gamification.
Okay. So interesting. So I will ask you one more question. Like, what is then game-based learning? What is game-based learning? So Mike, like second row.
Sir, the entire pedagogical is based on the game. It is a game-based learning. When you adopt these elements of like a leaderboard, that is a gamification, sir.
Yes, ma'am. You have answered rightly, almost. Okay. You know, okay, okay then. Okay. Okay, as we discussed, let us know key elements of gamification. As gamification incorporates like game design elements such as points, badges, leaderboards into non-game contexts to enhance user experience and engagement. The simpler version, Sarah like demonstrated now. He asked question, he rewarded with a chocolate. So we would have remember in our school days, training teachers used to come to our schools for 1 or 2 months, and for their training school experience, they will conduct an formative assessment. They will give calculator or pen, eraser as a gift. So the same concept, badges, leaderboards into the non-game context. What I'm trying to tell you here is, what are the tools we are going to use today or we are commonly seeing? It's not meant for the medical education. These are all the educational tools we can use in engineering, school education, or any professional education. It's we or us, what basic understanding we have or interested. It depends upon how far we are interested personally into the game. We can convert this as a gamification. So how it differs from game-based learning. So while both the concepts involve game principles, gamification applies these elements to enhance experiences, whereas game-based learning focuses primarily learning through visual. All right, now I want to ask you one more question to you all, that we have played 2 games right now. One COVID warrior game and one more is a frog jump game. Can you categorize which one is gamification and which one is a game-based learning? Frog jump is game-based. Which one? Yeah, ma'am? COVID is game-based. Excellent. Right. So the next answer is very straightforward. The frog jump is gamification, because frog jump is just an assessment. I am asking the questions. It's rewarded as a leaderboard, badges, and again, I have not shown those things because it's an introduction part. But COVID game, actually you played the game. You are learning through the game. You are by playing the game. Okay. So before we go into the exploring the online gamification tool, so I don't want to make you much into the theoretical part, but gamification is education fosters more interactive learning environment, encouraging students to participate actively through rewards and challenges that makes learning enjoyable. and boosting motivation. We will have intrinsic and extrinsic motivations to play and attend even the formative assessment with kind of interests. So just want to say only one implementation barrier is technological limitation. So which can hinder the effective implementation of new systems, including outdated infrastructures. I need a proper laptop. I need a proper bandwidth of internet connections. So tech driven is very important. In one of the conference I have attended recently, I had difficulties in connecting my even laptop. So these kind of the things put us in backseat. It's not we could not able to execute sometimes the gamification things, and the resistance from teacher side. Okay, so we have fear of change and lack of training. And how about the impacting on adoption, the new technology of teaching? So now I will just move into the another part of the gamification, just like virtual simulation. Okay, so virtual simulation. This comes under the game-based learning, not the gamification. We are using two terms here often. So I just want to make it clear, game-based learning. So if I get a volunteers, that will be easy for me. Any volunteers? I don't see any students here. Anyone? Yes, please.
அந்த வைஃபையோட இன்டர்ஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கனால அதோட ரிசீவர் எங்க இருக்குன்னு பாரு, அந்த ரிசீவரை தனியா செப்பரேட் பண்ணி வை, பக்கத்துல வேற வயர்லெஸ் இல்லாம மாதிரி.
Get a hand mic. Other end. Okay, so this is a virtual simulation. Mr. Jensen collapsed in his office, discovered by co-worker. He had been working over time. So last night and skipped lunch today while focusing on project with tight deadline.
61-year-old male collapsed in his office and was found by a coworker. He regained consciousness and was driven to the emergency department. Upon arrival, he walks unassisted into the ED and reports feeling weak and generally unwell.
So you need to help me how to approach this case. I'm technical person. My knowledge is very little in clinical stuff. So you need to support me, okay, in this. That takes us to the
I'm feeling really tired.
First we introduce myself as a doctor.
okay.
And I'll ask
So you are
for-
going to introduce yourself as a doctor to the patient. Okay.
and I'll tell him I'm here to take care of you,
Okay.
and ask for the consent and start the history taking.
Okay. Fine. So you want top view, so we can make the patient's top view. Which view you want? Bottom view. So since you asked for the bottom view, we are going to examine. So it have taken off the dress. Let's stick with the top. You can look at the sweatings, right? Fine. So patient position. So how do you want the patients, in supine position or supine on bed without pillow or sitting position? Let us make the patient to sit.
Supine.
You want supine position. Okay. So, all right. So, do you need to connect this monitor? You want to check for the ECG? Any idea? You want to look for the blood pressure or
I'm
SpO2?
feeling really tired.
So, he's keep on saying he's tired. You are taking time. You know,
The
you're
monitor
still
the patient.
stagnated with introducing yourself. Look at him. Okay, non-verbal communications he is giving that he is feeling tired. He wants
Blood pressure.
attention.
Blood pressure.
You want
monitoring.
blood pressure? Okay, let's see.
SpO2.
Okay, you want blood pressure?
ECG monitor.
Monitor?
Blood glucose level.
Blood glucose level.
Heart rate.
So what is your interpretation with this blood glucose level?
Low hypoglycemia.
Hypoglycemia. Okay. So what else do you want to check? Urine output you want? You don't want urine output.
Heart rate.
You want heart rate?
Respiratory rate.
Okay. Okay, let's.
Temperature.
So what is your interpretation?
Normal temperature.
Normal. Okay. So you have understood it's the hypoglycemia. So you will remove this and you can also take off the temperature. So you want to ask anything to the patient? So history taking, you want to take anything, past medications, surgical histories.
Past history of
You want to ask past history. So
past history
I'm
of
feeling a
diabetes,
bit confused,
hypertension.
but I believe I might have
he is a bit
diabetes.
confused, but believe I might have
I'm
diabetes.
feeling really tired.
So he's keep on saying that he is feeling tired. So what shall we do? Shall we start immediately with some medication? Because he's keep on saying tired and you said it's hypoglycemia case, right? So what shall we do? You want to start any fluids?
Sir, first we have to do the IV catheter,
Okay.
insert the IV catheter and
Suggest me which one you want.
30% dextrose.
30.
30.
Okay. All right. Now what else you have to look for? You want to do any physical examination?
Yes, sir, we have to do airway observation. And it's normal.
Normal.
Yeah, auscultation. It's normal breathing.
Okay. You want to do any chest percussion?
Yes, sir.
To do.
I'm feeling really tired.
What do you interpret from this noise?
Resonance.
Okay.
Then we have to check for circulation.
How is it?
Normal heart sound.
Okay.
And we have to check for disability,
Okay.
pupil light reflex.
Okay. Let's check for the pupil. Right?
Normal.
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 Okay. So you would suggest any investigations?
Lab test. We have to do biochemistry and
Biochemistry.
Biochemistry has been requested to the lab.
CBC.
You have the investigation results now.
The blood glucose level is 40, which is hypoglycemic state.
I'm feeling really tired.
Okay, let's ignore. We are having a demonstration, but the patient is still saying he's feeling tired. So here we are having is for a learning purpose. Let us forget about the patient clinical condition. So you want to call over to any specialities, you want to have any referral, you want any call over to diabetic educator,
Diabetes educator.
considering you as a resident in casualty, you want to call general medicine or surgery or IC care unit,
Diabetes educator.
diabetes educator. Okay.
Diabetes educator has been notified.
Okay. On call, you have referred the, you have contacted the diabetic
Then
educator.
pension we have to give.
Okay. You want to give any drugs? Any suggestions? You want to start prescribing anything?
First fluids and electrolytes.
Okay. I think I already started 30% dextrose, right?
First we have to insert IV peripheral catheter.
Any other medications? Oral medications you want to try?
I'm feeling really tired.
Okay. So you want to check his health records. So these are this is patient ID tag. So if you are coming for the review next day, you have already asked for the biochemistry results, test reports, and you have already referred the patient for diabetic educator. And patient status, we can check for the patient status here. Okay, how far from optimal approach? So how you have performed. Okay, so that brings us to end of this session. So you have any queries or you want to discuss anything about this particular session? I mean, this component of virtual simulation. Because next part, I'm going to move to the some other tool. Okay, thank you so much. You can take your seat. So, you can end the simulation. So, what is most likely diagnosis? Final words? Probably hypoglycemia. Okay. So this is the body interact app, which helps us for the virtual simulation based case assessment for the students. It's very helpful. This is a free version. We can have a paid version also, since these are all the Western countries tools. The most of the cases are like Western people's. So basic, intermediate level of conditions, you can pick whichever you want to teach your students. Okay. Now, so you have already experienced or used your Slido in SARS session. So can you poll, can you respond to this? What has been your most successful strategy to make a class interactive and engaging? So you can scan the QR code, or you can also type in slido.com 3524259. Activities. comedy clippings in between. Student will say, sir, that நீங்களே ஒரு comedy clipping. So movie teaching, digital tools, interactive questioning, puzzle questions, clapping, role play, problem solving, interactive lectures, questioning, AI tools, MCQs. Standing and sitting after 1 minute, mind mapping, crosswords, asking questions in form of MCQs, puzzles, story relating to content, short stories, interactive lectures, video clips, real-time experience. Okay. Fine. So let's move on to the hands-on experience, how to create the interactive. Can you raise hands? How many of you are the first time knowing or going to try a Slido? First time users of Slido. Okay. So do you think it's useful? Yes. So in what way it's useful? Yes, ma'am. Yes, the engaging the large crowd. Yes, ma'am. Yes, feedbacks and reflections. And one word you can see that anonymous. So I'm receiving answers. Maybe now in this live traditional way of discussion, I'm getting answers from MU leaders across the state. But in this poll, I feel I might have got some responses even from students also. So if your objective is to exploration or brainstorming, allowing the students to share, so it's better to go with these things. This helps us to solve lots of technical difficulties, constraints also. So now I need to find a person to share the mic here and there, to run and here and to hear you. So you will also feel safe to respond. So non-threatening kind of tool. So you may also give, wrong answers. So no harm in, no right, no wrong concept is followed in making Slido. But thing is, now all the faculties or resource persons, guest speakers, whomsoever talks in any conferences as workshops, Slido have become mandate. You just keep counting how many speakers today and tomorrow are going to use Slido. So Slido is parts and parcels of anyone, but that's a very mandate for the beginner. So in online or here, few faculties are learners or very new to Slidos. Let us have some one or two options as hands-on demo. Okay. So www.slido.com. So you have to create Slido. Okay, the Slido name is, for this interaction, demo DEEPAM. So only one thing is, if you create a link, it's going to work for only 7 days. So I have to activate from January 23rd, from today. It will only work till 29, not 30th of January. So you have to reword or change the date before the you are going to present it, or you have to create most recently just before 2 or 3 days. Okay, so till January 29. So I'm creating Slido. Okay, what all options I have? Audience question answers. So we had a question answer session now. So multiple choice, word cloud, so open text, ranking, rating, quiz, and survey. And survey is for the premium version, not available for the free version. So these are all the options we have. Okay, it's up to the teacher which component we are going to follow for what reasons. Okay, so I have some questions. So what's the best defines gamification? I feel these things are boring now for me. So we will have a question, like open-ended question. So what we can ask. Multiple choice question. What shall we ask? Are you enjoying? So don't find the grammatical error or mistakes. Are you enjoying my session? So people will say yes. And the honest response may be no. Okay. So I just want to present it again. Click present. Again, you will get a QR code and the Slido numbers. So 1281,269. So motivate me, please. Yeah, my friends. I still remember how to. I was so happy to see one of the responses. How will you make class interactive? Clapping the hands. One of the senior faculty, community medicine professor in Madras Medical College used to say, very often I will ask the students to clap in my class. I ask, sir, why is that, sir? So one thing is to make them active, wake them from passive mode or sleeping. And one other thing is faculties and other department peoples will think, sir is taking wonderful class so that students are enjoying his class and clapping, rewarding him. So sir, நல்லா இருக்கு sir. நான் இந்த dialogue நான் எடுத்துக்கிறேன். So every time I enter into the class, okay, give clapping. And once I end the class, I will ask again, okay, give a big clap. Okay, that's the thing. So yes, 100%, 25. So we can figure it out how many people have participated in this, how many people have participated in this poll. Around 26 have responded. Almost everyone have given. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay. So word cloud. For what we use word cloud? We use this tool for brainstorming. Okay. So as our what comes to your mind if I say lunch? I'm always like this. No subject topics. I don't want to bore you for next 2 days. Biryani? Yes. How many biryani lovers are here? Let's show our majority here. Biryani. Who's that? Relaxation. Mine. Okay. Unda. Mutton biryani. Home food. Biryani. Working lunch. Okay. Maybe in this I want to interfere. Say, here all are with a common interest. So you all are responding what I'm asking. Okay. What if I post this in my class to the students? That's all. I have to sense up the responses. Okay. So I don't think that thing is possible in our free version. So I will show you one example what happened after my class. After my lecture, my students' response. Prem, his name, Yaks, Terika Vittinga sir, Jerlif, again, third year MBBS student name, Tarshika topper, fan நினைக்கிறேன். Okay, நான் தூங்கிட்டேங்க. Okay, still exist even if you implement or use gamification or any kind of teaching learning, few percentages are existing in this. So educative and interesting, outstanding, whatever it is. So these are all the stuffs we need to moderate. What I call moderate is you have to approve whether this response can reflect on the screen. So that thing can be done in another tool, which I will show you after this. Fine. So next, what shall we try? So one concept is this quiz rating the leaderboard. This is a leaderboard. I will show you one more photograph. How does it looks? This is what Shorupa, Sridevi, Padmashri, Yuvapriya, Haripriya. So what happens is, so when I was talking about this to one pro person in MEU, was sharing this, again, this is ethically giving these batches or leaderboard is something in long back in our UG days, in some departments used to stick our, paste our internal assessment marks in the notice board. So I used to be a very poor student. Definitely my name will be the last name. Okay. And I had an opportunity to interact with when I was as an external examiner in a college. My co-examiner was from private medical college. He said, only for second year, college management have given a rule not to stick the post anywhere or share the internal assessment marks in the public domain or notice board, something like that. I was asking why that rule is. Because college owner granddaughter is studying in second year. Then I said, okay, maybe this rule will extend to third year, maybe in 2026 or 27, right? Yes. So this kind of leadership board, though it's motivating, chocolate is definitely motivating. But again, the toppers, we are more concerned about the low achievers or slow learners when we are talking a lot about them. Even without the gamification or game-based learning or SDL, whatever the teaching learning methods we are going to use, they are going to be definitely the toppers always. So they are going to be spend a lot of time with their books. They have their own study plans. So no, there is no glory in again showing their names in the leaderboard. But they enjoy, they discuss, they enjoy how to, I mean, when they're answering these questions. Our college, Govt Omandurar Medical College, Chennai. They are interacting among themselves. So definitely it has some role. Students are enjoying this. So next I will move to the another tool, Answer Garden. Today morning I was discussing with some resource persons regarding this. So if you want to, okay, let us take 5 minutes time, slido.com. Shall we, you all can try at least one word cloud and share in the WhatsApp group, creating any question, any of your favorite question. This is okay, applicable for online participants also. You can create a tool in Slido, any link, you can post it in the WhatsApp group. Let's respond to that. So, briefly, because it's a workshop mode, it has to be like a hands-on. So you have to go back with some hands-on experience. One question. I'm excited to see your question. So what is in your thought process? What's running in your mind? It's your choice. Let it be multiple choice or word cloud, open text. Someone have scribbled. Zoom la யாரோ கிறுக்கியிருக்காங்க பாருங்க. Erase this. Are you finding any difficult? QR code will get this dairy milk crackle. A moving trophy, kind of moving chocolate. Who is going to get this chocolate from me? Just add interactions. You can choose any kind of interactions. So one of the drawback in this, you can only use 3 interaction per presentation in your free version. You cannot extend more than 3 interactions in single presentation. Okay. Navin. Naveen have shared in participants WhatsApp group. So how many percentage of times you have been used gamifications in your percentage of time? So to answer you, okay, percentage of time, it's less than 10%. Definitely. So gamification or game-based learning is one kind of teaching learning tool. So since we have learned this new, or since I am teaching in quite a number of workshops, I cannot use this in my routine classes. The best way is, even without preparing a PPT, go stand in center of the stage or podium, eye contact. This is how I like to talk to my students. 1, 10, 23%. 23 classes are 23%. Percentage. 20%. Okay. Thank you. So let's move on to the another tool, Answer Garden. All right. So you can just type www.answergarden.com. You can see this plus add symbol the right top. Click over it. Just enter your question. Okay, so more options. We have 4 options in Answer Garden mode. Brainstorm. Respondents can submit an unlimited number of answers, including unlimited copies of the same answer. If he wants to emphasize, he is not okay. You are not recognizing he is saying that he is not okay. So he wants to shout out. So again and again, he will emphasize or repeat the same answer. The question what I was asking is, how do you feel today? So he will say no, or he is not feeling okay repeatedly. The same answer. So you want to allow him to respond the same answer repeatedly. What is classroom mode? Respondents can submit an unlimited number of answers, but may only submit each answer once. So he have to change his response. It's very straightforward. This is what I was explaining. Moderator mode. Each answer will be submitted to the anti-garden. So you can manually approve these entries to your answer garden. Some pulingos or someone wants to bully you. So one of my friends from newly learned Slido and from AIMS Medical College Pharmacology Associate Professor, and she reverted back to me in a phone call. She said, "Hey, when I was taking the class, I received lots of like out of the box answers in the screen. It put me in an embarrassing situation. How to deal with that?" So in that situation, this moderator you can use, or lock mode. Answer garden is closed and new answers can be submitted. Fine. So let's go with brainstorming. So the purpose is brainstorming. So how do you prefer the word length? 20 characteristics or 40 characteristics? Okay. So if you want, you can create an admin password for that question. Okay. Okay. So reminder email ID. Okay. Spam filter. These are the options you have here. And here you can take a call, the response, whatever is typed, you want it exactly like that, which means I can go for no change, or you want all the answers in lowercase or uppercase for the visual purpose. Okay. So local discoverability also you can prefer. So 1 hour. And finally, you can create. Okay, I have created. So can you remove this scribbling? Okay. So are you feeling okay? Now, how I am going to export this? Share. So I can share this question in my Facebook, Twitter, blogs, websites, and I can also export. And this is the code just like in Slido, how we got it, right? So we have to copy this and you can paste it in your PowerPoint presentations or tap for. So can you scan this now? So once when you're doing, you can differentiate the Slido one, answer garden. How does it functions? So can you try one question in answer garden? And share the link or QR code in the WhatsApp group. Can you create one open-ended question in this from the answer garden? Okay. We have received from our online participants. So which fruit? From Vishnu Priya. mango. This is my response to Dr. Vishnupriya ma'am's question. Is for engagement and as well as assessment platform, whereas Answer Garden is just to take your reflection and concept illustration tool. Just if you want to do brainstorming, you can prefer Answer Garden. In my experience, what I can tell you is a few small experience. It's like Answer Garden is if you can use it before the session starts, like a brainstorming thing, just like you can ask what is meant by gamification, whatever it is, and at the end of the session. So what good point you learned from this session on this day, they can reflect on that. But systematically on structure, if you want to assess each and every component. So if you want to interact more, Slido is the best tool. Okay, Slido's pros and cons, like versatile, stretch, future reach, suitable for quizzes, which I have already said, anonymous participation. But one of the cons are like free version has limits. As I tell you, only 3 interactions you can make it in a single presentation. So learning curve for the faculties also. And requires stable internet. Answer Garden, like ultra simple, fast, no sign in, setup burden, ideal for icebreakers, on low bandwidth. But one difficulty is you can only use word cloud format. You cannot export the analytics, not for summative assessment. Okay. So now it's up to the teacher which tool you are going to use and for what you are going to use. But this is how I learned about Answer Garden. Answer Garden is served in certain teaching situations by experienced faculties in medical education. Why? So, zero technical barrier, no registration or app installation needed, works in hybrid and large groups. There is no ceiling effect. You can even take 500 responses. Time efficient for busy faculty. So, not much complicated, just in a single window. All the informations are given in the website. So faculty perception as seen as thinking trigger, not a test, aligns with constructivist learning and favor for medical education workshop and faculties. Because for the workshops conducted for the faculty development or faculties or like senior thing, we need not to have a gamification or extraordinary graphics or sounds because our purpose is to learn. Okay. 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 So, all right. So this is how. So when we were having, we used to have frequently online webinars and seminars. So one of my FAIMER faculty, he is the speaker for that online session. He is pro in Moodle and using all the online tools. He shared this answer garden in the WhatsApp group or the chat box of the Zoom. I was looking at him and I started thinking, when the Slido has all range of interactions, why sir have preferred this answer garden? Then I immediately made a phone call to sir and I discussed with sir, why you preferred answer garden instead of Slido or any other tool? And he was telling, I'm traveling in a car. I have joined the online session when I was traveling in the car. So that hint is you can use answer garden in the low with bandwidth also. And in Zoom, we have nearly 500 participants in this session. Many of us are attending online sessions using phone from our kitchen, when we are driving, clinic, in metro. So they have internet connectivities and they have the gadget issues. So I prefer answer garden than Slido. Okay. So finally, answer garden has the capacity to evaluate only the lower level of the Bloom's taxonomy. Maybe the reflections or understanding are based on So, but if you take Slido, it covers all ranges of the Bloom's taxonomy till the evaluation, synthesis ideas. Okay. And also in Slido, we can cover the Kirkpatrick's model also. But answer garden is restricted only till the lower analytical level of the Bloom's taxonomy. So it's up to us again and where we need to use which one. Okay. Fine. So answer gardening is thinking trigger for lower order cognition and engagement, whereas Slido is learning engine that spans the Bloom's and all 4 levels of Kirkpatrick model. So with these two tools we have completed. So if you have any queries here, we can discuss, or else we can move to the gamification tools. Gamification tools. Okay. So how many of you know, maybe from online participants, I've attended my previous gamification workshops. Educa Play. Actually, all the gamification tools, as I mentioned earlier, it's not meant for the medical education. These are the educational tools we are converting, adapting, creating according to our ideas and subjects. Okay, the point number one. The second one is, mostly we say these are all the gamification in medical education, but mostly it's not about the teaching learning methods. These are all like assessments, like we are using for only formative assessment. What is quiz? The Slido on answer garden is like reflections, like these are all like brainstorming, interactive tools. But when we talk about gamification, so all the tools, whatever we know, Kahoot, Educa Play, or Mentimeter, Edpuzzle, lots of gamification tools are taught in online workshops and offline workshops. But for what we are learning this, or only for assessment, we are not actually teaching anything which is to be intended. Okay, so before this Educa Play, I will show Kahoot. Okay, so Kahoot also like another one kind of gamification tool. Okay. Hmm. Blank and what in the free version you can only access. I'm using podium icon. So the free version you can only access quiz and true or false. The premium versions we can go through this all the slender pin answer, puzzle, poll, scale, all the gamification tools. Okay. So just click whatever the question we want to ask, like capital of Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Coimbatore, Kadapa. Okay. So which is the right answer? The prompt we want to give is Chennai. If it's right, you can click over it. You can also preview how does it's going to be from the host view and participants view. From the host view and participants view. So we are okay. The right answer is Chennai. I think this is fine. நான் இதே யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். வேற என்ன பண்றது? How many of you have downloaded Kahoot app in your mobile phone? Yesterday I was sharing the link. So can you try making one single question, multiple choice question? Hmm. Okay, just we will make save. Title is about demo I'm just giving description for hands-on. Continue. So I can launch the demo, host live. If I'm going to use it in lecture, how I'm going to share again, can copy the link. Let's see the demo. Okay. So take a moment to respond to this Kahoot. Take out your mobile phone, Kahoot app, or go to the online link, kahoot.com. You can enter this pin. Vishnupri have joined. Active participant Johanan, thank you. So let me also try how it's going to be. Nirai, my pearls, how are you, sir? I need a nickname. Okay. We'll go to the achievements. Start the game. All right. So with this, we will move to our last part of our session, Educa Play. This will be very useful for anatomy faculties, especially one particular component of this Educa Play is most helpful for them. Okay, what are all the types of games available in Educa Play? So you have riddles, you have frog jump, I think my internet connection is unstable. Line up, yes or no, froggy jumps, video quiz, riddle, map quiz, matching, alphabets, memory. So matching pairs, it's up to you. What are you going to do? Which subject? What are you going to assess? Let me start with the riddle. So we are using the free version. So every time we use this Educa Play, it will give its own promo ad for 3 to 5 seconds. It will ask us to take a membership. Tech AV team, audio. Okay, I'm a tiny flyer that loves warm days and often hides in water containers near home. What is that? Any guess?
Mosquito.
There is no students. Any guess? It is, yes. Okay.
Mosquito.
Mosquito. Yes, mosquito. Tell me which kind of mosquito is that?
Aedes mosquito. Aedes mosquito.
Right? I think I have changed the prompt. Okay. Fine. This is, you have answered straightforwardly. You have found it is Aedes mosquito, Egypti mosquito. If you are not able to find it out, what we can do? Do you need a clue? It prompts a hint. I have a white markings on my body and legs. All right. I breed in standing water near living spaces. Fine. So day biting is common for me. Okay. So even now you couldn't able to figure out what species is that. So finally, Educaplay is going to get anger. It itself going to show this is what you are trying. All right. So next part is like matching. This tool can be used in pharmacology. So university exam is kind of summative assessment, or internal assessment is kind of formative assessment. This is something dummy. Alveoli exchange on cerebellum. Okay. Now, very simple. How you are going to create a game? Login, new game. You can choose any of the games, whichever you like. But one drawback about this is a free version. You can include unlimited students. But in an hour, you can create only one game in an hour. Say, for example, if you are working for an yes or no question, suddenly you feel, okay, for this topic, I would like to prefer video quiz. You can't shift it immediately. So you have to wait for another 1 hour since we are using the free version. Okay. But since I am already constructing few games in my categorized under my games, I have listed few games whichever I'm using frequently. So I can create any games whichever listed in this. So if you are working on gamifications, you can list these games. So you can work on it. Okay, let us go for a frog gem. I'll go for the edit. Okay, edit mode. You can also start working along with me. Go to the mobile, take the mobile, go to the Google, type www.educaplay.com. But try only once because you can create only one game right now. Internet. Keep on loading. Okay, we'll see. பார்க்கலாம் சார் வந்துச்சுன்னா வரல ஆனா வரல. I'll take a moment because I have internet connection issues. I will connect to my hotspot. Okay. So in this is the layout. You can create questions, add question, whatever. Can someone suggest me in any question what you want me to type here? Yes. Anyone? Any questions you can tell me, whichever you want me to type here. Special about TV Malay. So DEEPAM Netcon Arunachala or what else is famous in Thiruvannamalai? Ashram. Okay. So which is going to be the right answer? For DEEPAM Netcon for today, for Evergreen, Arunachala, if you want to make the prompt, I have to click over this. Are you following me? So Ashram. Okay. Let us go with the reality of today. DEEPAM Netcon is the most famous thing in Thiruvannamalai today. All right. So you can go to the options. How many lives you want to give? 4 lives, 2 lives. So what is the purpose? You want him to find the right answer, you can give more lives. Or if you want the game to be get over quickly, you can give 1 or 2 lives. How much seconds you want to give for a question? 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So you want it to get shuffled so that the neighboring student will have a different set of questions. He cannot copy or discuss if you are going to do assessment. So questions per game, you can increase. How many questions you want, you can increase this. Okay. Here, kindly take a note on this. Visibility. Public visible, unlisted, integration only, invitation only. Okay. So to whom you are going to create this game? If you leave just like that as public, what will happen? You go to the search, anatomy, what is this? I have not created this game. I'm going to start playing this game. So if you leave it as public, it will go to the public domain. Anybody can access your game. Anybody can use your game. Yeah.
Let's all together with a big round of applause to welcome our excellencies to this momentous occasion. Your presence blesses the occasion and add immense dignity to our event. We welcome
which we can transfer as a screen level. So which we can transfer as a keep comment my Canva site as a website. If they click into that link, it will lead to a website, temporary website, which is created. All right. So just like a Moodle or any other learning management system, you can also track how many students have participated. So if you are entering to the link, okay, view the website using that link. Students should enter their name or roll number, whatever it is. I'm entering my UG days roll number 28 and my name. So start learning. Okay, so once you have completed this part, you can mark as completed. So prenatal diagnosis, you can mark as you have read already. So this is, instead of sharing the PowerPoint presentations, instead of sharing the Word document as handout, you can share it as a link. So very interactive, colorful with pictures. So once you have done the completion of the flipped classroom learning, you can start doing the assessments also. So only after you completing all the parts of the flipped classroom learning, you can start assessments based on what they have learned in that. So what is the primary purpose of this conception? So I'm just not reading to that. Okay. Next question. So correct answer. So what happens is, even if you have clicked the wrong answer, it will teach you, it will show you the right answer. Okay, even if you click the wrong answer, that's how this is for learning purpose. So you can use it for the flipped classroom purpose, interactive one. So you'll get the scores. I'm just rushing since we are about to leave for the lunch. Okay, I have given only 1 correct answers and 4 wrong answers. I've spent 1 minute. Okay, 20% only have given the right answers. So I can copy or review the content. So I can also write it back as a student to the teachers. Or it would have been better if you put it in a different wordings or more interactive or pictures. Okay, if you want to retake this, you can retake this one. All right. So what's the benefit? Of this flipped classroom method? You can take out this as a output also. You can directly take output. So, but output can be taken only through the Canva premium version. I'm using a free version in my laptop, but I'm having the premium version in my phone in different login ID. I'll try to export. Okay. So we can export the answers here. So analytics. You can go how many visits are there. So you have to upgrade. It'll take a moment. This is how it functions. You can copy down the whatever the multiple. So this is not connecting anyway. So it will take us to what are the students' names, roll number they have enrolled. So how much marks they have secured in this MCQs. These are all the reflections we have. We will get it in the data analytics. So that brings us to the end of my session. So far I have introduced you few online interactive tools like Slido and Answer Garden and flipped classroom tool Canva and gamification game-based learning like Genially and what else? Body interact tools for visual learning, and the last one I have interactive Educa Play for the gamification and Kahoot for the gamification. So thank you so much.
Sir, your ideas will stay with us forever and we'll for sure implement in our teaching progress, sir. Thank you once again, sir.